Welcome to the Vietnamese Army channel. In today's program, we would like to send you the story of the B-52 Hunters, Episode 5, Vietnam Air Force made a glorious victory. In the dark, dense noise. If the airport is attacked by the enemy, will the plane be able to take off? Is it possible to get through enemy fire to reach the B-52? How to beat B-52? The Vietnamese Air Force raised those concerns and prepared very carefully to fight the B-52 Stratofortress in the Hanoi, Haiphong air defense campaign in December 1972. One of the pilots contributed to the creation of the B-52 Stratofortress. That extraordinary victory was the people's hero of the armed forces Lieutenant General Pham Thuan. Unequal battle. How do Vietnamese pilots use MiG-21 to destroy B-52s accompanied by many tactical aircraft? Before answering the question, Lieutenant General Pham Thuan emphasized the strength of the U.S. Air Force at that time. During Operation Linebacker II, the United States sent 193 B-52s. Each bomber is equipped with dozens of jammers and 20mm guns to counter the MiG-21. In addition, the enemy also took advantage of nearly 1,000 tactical aircraft with improved jamming equipment. Among them, the F-111A ground attack aircraft can fly at low altitudes and carry up to 10 tons of bombs. Other modern jet jammers are the EB-66, EA-6B and EC-121. In addition, the U.S. surrounded the entire operation area with powerful forces and advanced weapons and equipment. At the same time, the enemy also prioritized hitting the airport. Then deployed fighter jets to prevent Vietnam's MiG-21 from approaching the B-52. Meanwhile, the Vietnamese Air Force has only 5 regiments including 4 fighter regiments 921, 927, 923, 925 and 919 Transport Regiment. Particularly, nighttime pilots have only 10 pilots and more than half of them. That has never been flown to previously cramped field airfields or complex terrain. To prepare for the campaign, the Air Defense, Air Force, ADAF, has rebuilt 2 makeshift airfields at Thi Son and Cam Tui, Thanh Hoa Province. An Kep Airport in Bac Giang Province has also been upgraded to meet the requirements of the MiG-21 night takeoff and landing. In addition, the Air Force Command approached the target, coordinated with other forces to try to destroy the B-52 early, from a distance at night before approaching the target, coordinating with other forces. Defend the missile field. The combat plan requires the pilot to be proficient, brave, clever as well as ensure the element of secrecy when approaching the B-52 at night. Therefore, the air units have carefully prepared for the operation. The Air Force also sent pilots to the central region to coordinate with functional units to both support the front lines and train the ability to take off and land on short and narrow runways. In particular, in August 1971, in Quang Binh, the Air Force and the Radar Army coordinated to research and support the Air Force to fight B-52s from North Road 9 to Mu Gia Pass. The Army also added more radar stations from Du Luong, Nguyen to Vinh Linh, Quang Tri, to detect B-52s from afar. As a result, pilots Dinh Thanh, October 4, 1971, and Vu Dinh Rang, November 20, 1971, approached the B-52 formation. Pilot Vu Dinh Rang fired a missile that hit the B-52. These air battles have helped them gain a lot of experience in how to fight B-52s in the upcoming Hanoi, Haiphong air defense campaign in December 1972. Air Force makes victory. On December 18, 1972, the Air Force moved to the designated position at Da Phuc, Kep and Hoa Lac airfields. At 1947, I was ordered to take off from Da Phuc Airport, turn around at a low altitude towards Hoa Binh, and reach an altitude of about 4 kilometers when I discovered many F4 signal lights. After passing the F4 formation, I turned right to the west. Approaching the B-52 formation, at an altitude of more than 6 kilometers, detecting the lights of the B-52, I turned on the turbocharger, opened the multi-search engine. At that moment, I was detected by F4s. Tailed, B-52 lights off, my radar screen was jammed. I tried to avoid the F4s and was asked to fly back to Da Phuc Airport to land, Lieutenant General Pham Tuan said. Despite fierce enemy attacks, the Vietnamese People's Air Force bravely approached the B-52s, disrupting the enemy's formation, creating conditions for missile and anti-aircraft artillery forces to attack. To these goals, the Vietnamese Air Force continuously took off in small groups, one by one, almost every night in conditions of heavy interference and between enemy fighters. Many pilots such as Dinh Thanh, Vo Nguyen Giap, Vu Dinh Rang, Tran Con, Bui Don Du, discovered the B-52 lights but had no chance to sortie. According to Lieutenant General Pham Tuan, the enemy tried to stop our forces both on land and in the air. Although knowing the flight direction of the US B-52, the Vietnamese Air Force also had difficulties in deploying aircraft at field airports and could not destroy the enemy from afar. When the missile force continuously made achievements, the leaders of the Ministry of Defense and the Air Force Department were very excited to see the Air Force shoot down the B-52. Learn about the first phase of the operation on December 25th. During a joint conference between air and radar units, the ADAF Duty Command decided to send fighter jets to other airfields, such as Yen Bai, Cam Tui, and those on are located far away from the aforementioned airports and keep them a secret when they fly. At the same time, the sector dispatched a radar company from Hanoi to Thanh Hoa and reinforced a radar company in Moc Chau, Son La Province, to form a 2-layer radar guidance network. Our radar will allow the pilot to choose the best way to approach the B-52. Thanks to the new landmark direction, our Air Force finally achieved feats. In particular, on the 2 nights of December 27th and 28th, pilots Pham Tuan and Vu Nguyen Giap successfully shot down 2 B-52s, contributing to defeating the U.S. bomber raid on Hanoi and 1 northern localities. Right on the night of December 27th, General Vo Nguyen Giap, Commander-in-Chief of the Vietnam People's Army, sent a telegram praising the feats of the Air Force. Our program for today ends here. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and share Vietnamese Army channel. Goodbye and see you again.